Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be breaking down the new Bataleon Acid Boa snowboard boot. That's right, Batalion's actually doing snowboard boots, and we're going to dive into this, kind of go over some of the features, kind of the height of the cuff, different things like that. We're basically just going to go through this boot to talk about it. Now remember, the best snowboard boot is the one that fits your foot and fits your needs. Go to a shop, try on as many pairs as you can. Make sure you're fitted properly, make sure you're sized properly. I see so many of you people out there in boots that are too big for you, that don't work because you wanted a certain colorway or a certain feature. Get the boot that fits your foot and fits your needs. All right, so obviously, big story here. Batalion's getting into snowboard boots, and you know what they did? They hired the old Burton boot designer. So you know that they at least have some experience when it comes to building a boot. That's why this actually kind of looks like a Burton boot when you get up close to it and really investigate it. With that said, I love it when a company comes in and actually invests in real designs and really works to make a real product. They put some serious thought into this. And when we get further into this breakdown, you're going to understand that for yourself. So some of the key points on the Acid Boa are that you have a TPU toe cap on there. This is going to be more durable and strong. So basically, if you're resting your edge across the toe box of this, it's not going to cut it up as much as, say, leather. This is also going to be a lot harder. So basically, it's going to take more to break in. You do have a Vibram sole on this. That is going to provide some dampening for you, as well as better traction from the actual foot pattern. So a little bit different rubber in there, a little more grip, everything like that. You also have the impact points here and here just to help dampen any blows. Then it is dual boa, so you have a lower and an upper. The cool thing is there's only one crisscross in this. And even though it doesn't have an eyelet guide, that's perfect because when you crank this down, it's gonna tighten. You have an internal harness that actually sits a little bit higher, and the liner is burrito wraps. I love burrito wrap liners. I wish more companies actually did it. So it's really cool to see them invest in this. So you've got it wrapping around the front of the foot. This is going to change the articulation when you flex into it. It's going to be a little different. It's also going to give you more padding in the front. The other thing to note is, if you guys can see it in here, there are huge J-bars in there. That's what's actually squeezing in there. This is designed for a very narrow heel. This is going to lock in. If you have heel hold issues, this is solid. With the liner, they are using the 3M Thinsulate, so that will help keep you a little bit more warm in there. It is a fully heat moldable liner. You also have this huge butterfly wrap internal J-bar, if you will, with different foam in the orange section, right where your ankle bones should sit. And then on the bottom, to help dampen impacts, they actually put more foam. This actually has a really thick bottom to it. Enjoying this video so far? Why don't you give it a thumbs up? And while you're down there, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we've got coming out for you. There's memory foam in here. So this will be a lot more damp when you come down on things. It's going to absorb chatter better. This is just going to create a smoother ride. When you look at the stock insole though, this thing is a pile of suck. You don't need to throw this away. Just throw it away. You'll thank me for that later. You do have the toe hugger neoprene, so that will stretch a little bit if you've got mongoloid toes or schnegel toes, or you look like one of the Lost Boys. This liner is very well constructed too. Overall, construction-wise, when I look at this, it's solid. Like, you have a really good back spine, you have a decent cutout with give for your calf, so that way for you guys with cankles, you won't have a problem with it. Like what we're doing over here? Want to support us further? Swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. Looking at just even the articulation on this. So you will get a little bit of movement when you flex into it. It'll kind of bow out a little bit there, but that's how it's naturally designed to. For frame of reference, this is a size 8 boot. We're gonna measure how high the liner comes on this to the highest point. So when we do that, it comes to about 11.5. And then if we go to what would be the outside of it, it is just shy of 10 inches, and it's a little bit less on the inside, with it being about 9 3/4 inches. That way, you know, you get some articulation, you get some lateral play in there. If we're gonna measure the front of this, that is just under 11 inches. With the forefoot of this, it measures at about 4 inches across. So it does have a higher liner to it in proportion to its actual size. Going into the shell, if we're gonna measure that, this is about 10 3/4 on the back. And then it's about 9 3/4-ish. It's a little bit more. I know, not scientific enough of a reading for some of you. Now, this is the stiffest boot that Batalion's making, and you can see it takes a lot of effort in there. I know scientifically you're like, this means nothing, you just flexed into it. Trust me, I'm putting a lot of work in it to get it to flex. Looking at this, knowing that the designer came from Burton, this is gonna be kind of fitting towards a medium foot shape. So we've gone through the Bataleon Acid Boa for you. Maybe this is the boot for you, maybe it's not. You need to try it on before you buy it. That's just logic, and a lot of you people seem to skip that. But get out there, go to a shop, try on some boots. Hopefully this just broke down some of the features and what you can expect with it. If you don't think this is the boot for you, why don't you go check out one of our other boot breakdown videos? You know we're going through everything we possibly can to create content for you.